Hello, welcome back. I've been invited down to the village hall today. They said, will you pop down and take a bit of video of their VE Day event? And I think this is the last one in the village. They've had them every day for a week. I think everybody's celebrated out, but last one now today. See, there's flags up on people's houses. And we're going to push the boat out on the last day.
You make me happy when skies are blue. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
I'm on foot today. When I left the village hall, the bus was coming, so I thought I need to go down to Troki to go and have my hair cut. I'm not going to bother to go home and get the car. So I've jumped on the bus, but before we go down the high street, I had a text from old Jeff the Butcher, who said that there was a very nice walk, and it's a place that's been on my list because I've seen a few people do this walk. So I thought, let's go there. While the spontaneousness is in the air. Never been here before. Apparently, locally, it's called the W. And Jeff said that there's a pond there. And apparently the pond is full of tadpoles. So we'll see what we can see. Now the question is it up there? Or is it up here? This looks like a forestry gate, so we'll go up here. Well, the walk hasn't even started yet, but look at that view across the mountain, showing Cumb Park and the Bulk. That's where we were the other day. Interesting to see the valley from different angles. My only connection with this side of the mountain was the fact I used to go to school just about half a mile down, and the school was on the side of the mountain, so sometimes we would come out in lunchtime and explore. And if you missed the bus, you had to walk, which was about 3 miles, I think. Hence why it kept you fit. There is a lot of dandelion seed heads in the air, and this is why I'm not in a rush to get rid of them from the homestead, because the air was thick with them the other day. But apparently there is a pool here. At the moment I cannot see it. Now, is it up here? Instinct tells me to walk up this little trip of a path. Let's have a look. It is certainly a nice day for it. Ah, there we have, look at this. A hidden lake. Shall we try and get down to it? Test these new trainers out, see if the grip works. If it doesn't, I'll soon be in. I can already see the tadpoles. Thousands of them. See them? Be interesting to come back in a few weeks once they've turned into frogs. The sound will be raucous. See, look at that. You wouldn't even think that it was here. Another jewel in the crown of Wales. I'm not sure, but I have a recollection that this could be an old water storage facility that was used for the mines, for the colliery. Right, so far we can't see the view. We need to go up a bit higher. Although I don't want to go too high because this is unplanned, so I haven't got any water. And I should have brought my hat out. But sometimes you've got to go where the instinct takes you. That is a nice breeze. A breeze right across the brow in the shade. A bench would be very welcomed at this part. Oh, look at that view. Right, not sure where this is going. I think this might... Right, okay. This is taking me back down to the streets and to Tom Pentre. That's the local church there. So this would take me back to the school that I used to go to, and also the tea rooms that I went to visit last year. I'll put a link to that video below. 1 o'clock. I'm surprised that is working, to be honest. I didn't think the clock actually chimed. Right, let's go back this way. I do love a dingle dell. Right, we'll go up a little bit further. Maybe up just up to that corner there. We haven't had rain now for coming up to 2 months. Look at that. Look at this for a view. Beautiful. Not going to go up too high, but the problem is with these type of things, each corner draws you on. Look at these here. Somebody's put bags. Wonder if there's a local group that come up. Can't imagine the Forestry Commission do it. Oh no, it's not called that now, is it? I think it's called Natural Resources Wales. This will certainly be the place to come with the drone. Get some stunning shots of the valley. Right, I don't think I'm going to go any further than this point now. Like I said, I want to get down to the shops, get some food for tomorrow. So we'll just stop here and have a look at the view. And there we have it. We can see all the way to Treherbert, Penpeach Mountain, which a lot of people think is the tallest mountain in the valley. But when you're up here, you realise it's actually quite small. Now we come further down into Treorchy and then up to Combe Park and the Bulk Mountain. Stunning view. And the next time I've got a few spare hours, we'll go right to the top. I'm taking you to the top. We're going higher. Right, let's get down now into a cafe before it closes and have a good old cup of tea. Whew. Got a bit of a sweat on. Now from my calculations, the sun rises behind this mountain. Therefore, I need to come back here to get a sunset, because I think that will be quite spectacular over the mountain. I just wish that, or hope, that whoever is in charge up here don't let the trees get too tall, because that's the problem up in Blancombe. You can't see the view for the trees. And then on the way back down, you can see Pentre and Gechley. I don't know too much about that area, but there seems to be quite a lot of open countryside. So I'm guessing it is still a farming community. You can see on the right hand side there, vast fields. Tinnabedu Forest. I'll certainly be back with a flask of tea and a packet of sandwiches. Street getting ready here for a street party this afternoon. See, they close the streets down, come out with their tables and chairs and have a gay old time. Even in the little side streets, back in the day, I remember occasionally you would get a shop where somebody had turned their front sitting room into a sweet shop or a wool shop. Even though I know the area, I don't really know the streets around here. Lovely little side streets here. Ah, I know where we are now. This is too good to waste. Now I was going to go in there to look for a new sofa, but I have one coming next week. So that's something to look forward to. Right, we're now getting to the high street, so I'll get a cup of tea now and a haircut. There it is. Seems very quiet down here today. Just having the final cup of tea of the day. It's coming up to 10 o'clock now, so I'll be off to bed soon. Because I need to conserve my energy. For next week, I have a very busy week indeed. The sofa is going to be arriving, so I have to wait in for that. And my friend from London is coming down for a few days to help me on the homestead. So I'm making a list of some easy things that we can just crack through in a few days. Apparently we are due rain in the next 48 hours, so that will be very welcomed indeed. And then hopefully, oh, the clock's about to strike. And then hopefully from Tuesday onwards, the good weather is due to come back again with temperatures in the 23s, which is perfect. Any higher than 23 gets a bit too hot for me. So I've got my old Tenerifian hat on standby for a very busy week. So if all goes according to plan, I'm not quite sure what day he's coming. It could be Tuesday, it could be Wednesday. But it could be a bit of a transformation on the homestead in the next 7 days. Oh, just thinking about it. Oh dear. That's a sign that I should be heading up to bed soon. It was quite nice today to not have the car. And I think I might do that a bit more often. Obviously, it's a bit of a pain if you just miss the bus and then you have to wait another 20 minutes for the next bus. But if you're going to plan it, then it was just quite nice to have that freedom of doing whatever I wanted to do, not having to walk back to a car. Because I could have parked the car at the bottom of the mountain, walked up it, come back down, got in the car and drove. But a lot of people tell me the reasons why the car broke down a few weeks ago when I went to the hospital is because my journey is really short, and what I should do is a good 2 or 3 hour trip just to give the battery time to charge up. My longest journey, I think, was that one I did last week over to Bridgend, and that's only what, 50 minutes away, an hour away? And from what people tell me, more experienced drivers, they'd say an hour is not enough. You need a good 2 or 3 hours. So I will put that into my calendar to put something. Who knows, we could just go to Brecon for the day. Go to Brecon Beacons. I think there's a canal there. I've heard there is. Although I think they've got a bit of an issue with the canal system there. So we will pop in the car and just head off into the sun. Because I'm thinking, when is this weather going to break? And is that, when it does break, does that mean that's the end? Is it just going to rain then for the next 3 months? Hopefully not. But if I can get everything in the homestead ground by the end of May, I'll be happy. I've still got some potatoes to go in and some bits of asparagus and some plants turned up today as well. But I noticed when I just quickly went in yesterday, I noticed that the grape is starting to shoot. And I understand from the local farmer there is a present on the homestead. I saw him when I was sat in the car and he said, "Would you like something for the homestead? I've got one going spare." I said, "Thank you very much." And next thing, he's gone off on his quad bike to go and get it. And then the next thing, I saw something on the homestead camera that made me laugh, especially as last night there was an unidentified flying object. Could have been a comet, a star, a shooting star, but we don't know. So at the moment it's unidentified and it flew over the allotment. And then this afternoon something else flew into my allotment. Another task I need to remind myself to do is I noticed there is no water in the car, and for some reason this street the cars get very dusty. There's a layering of dust, and it's not the Sahara sand, because we've had that before. I remember back in the 80s and 90s, walked out of the house and everything was pink, a really strange colour, pinky orange. And I later learnt that it was that the Sahara sands had come over and were in between us and the sky, and just everything turned this weird colour. And I've experienced that in London as well. Here we go. 10 o'clock. Time to head up the wooden hill. Good night. Watch those bed bugs don't bite. And I'll catch up with you on the next one. So from me until then, bye for now.